Viktor Frankl writes in Man's Search for Meaning, don't aim at success. The more you aim at it and make it a target, the more you're going to miss it. Many people in this hall meet me one-to-one at times and ask me how I can help them, because these days after leaving my office work, I like to mentor those who need mentorship, and that's one of the reasons why I resigned, to spend more time with them. And they ask me, how can I do this? They're desperate. So desperation often leads us to missing the point if we are too desperate for something, stuff to achieve it. So Viktor Frankl writes, for success like happiness cannot be pursued. It must ensue. And it only does so as the unintended side effect of one's personal dedication to a cause greater than oneself, or as the byproduct of one's surrender to a person other than oneself. Happiness must happen, and the same holds for success. You have to let it happen by not caring about it. I could add much. I want you to listen to what your conscience commands you to do and go on to carry it out to the best of your knowledge. Then you will live to see that in the long run I say, success will follow you precisely because you had forgotten to think about it. The point being that we keep craving for something or the other in this world. And in this world, that craving can be satisfied only to a limited extent. I have a theory in my talks, how many mangoes can you eat? I love mangoes. I know many of you love mangoes. How many can you eat? How much happiness can they give you after a point? The economists will say the law of diminishing returns. Maslow's hierarchy says that basic needs and then higher needs and then higher needs and then self-actualization. Actually, our needs are met from within. They're met from our mind, our hearts, our thoughts, our feelings. And I started out my journey as a cricketer, under 19, under 15 before that. Many of my friends from cricket are from those days. They're here today. Friendships last, they continue. And as a cricketer, I learned how to lose and win. A sportsman knows, one day you lose, the other day you win. Life is like that. You cannot win all the time. So youngsters who think they're going to win every day, be successful in whatever they pursue, are mistaken. So life gives you a beating, it knocks you down, and then you bounce back like Dubeji. Some of you know what Dubeji means, who Dubeji is. The point is, I started out later after cricket and learning all that. My dad told me, you better do engineering now. Cricket bahut ho gaya. Because either I was playing for India at the age of 18 or I was to do engineering, and he was right. In my case, he was right. In some cases, the parents may be wrong also. In my case, he was right. I did engineering. I got into the HCS, Haryana Civil Service, by quirk of fate because he died in service at 50. He was Mr. Vivek Atray, he was additional DGP at the time. I was just, gallivanting and having a good time. I became serious. No, I was not very naughty anyway. But I became serious. I stayed in the service for 26 years. I got promoted after 19 years to the IAS, 7 years in the IAS. I was SDM Kalka at my first or second posting. I made many friends along the way. Some of those Kalka friends are here today as well. So these things, they matter. They continue, they linger, and they are a part of me. I was in various things which you know about. I don't need to count details of my career. Chandigarh administration and UT taught me a lot. I got a lot of goodwill. That goodwill is present in this hall today. That's why we are here. Motivational speaking came to me in service, and I started motivating whoever was willing to be motivated. Even today I do the same. but I wanted to do more of it, and I am doing more of it. And my book, my writings, and my speaking, they go together. They complement each other. I still claim that I'm a better writer than a speaker, and I aim to continue that way. So do read my book, it's better than my speech. Promoting my book. Success. What is success? In the ultimate sense, it is about happiness, is it not? We know the most powerful man in the world doesn't smile much these days, or he never smiles. What is success then, if it doesn't make you happy? It makes you, I put happiness right above over there. My book should have been called Finding Happiness Within, but no one would have read it or bought it. What are we chasing? We're chasing success. Material success, which is great, which is there, which is in the world, which we need to seek. But can we say, and I was telling somebody from the Tribune called me, I was telling that person that, can I say that I'll be happy in 2028 because I'll have achieved everything I want to achieve? I'm successful and happy. I cannot say that. I can only enjoy the journey and the success which comes from within. The happiness which comes from within. And these things I am not saying because I have experienced them alone. I have read people who know more than me. I've heard people who know more than me. And therefore I'm able to say such things in front of you. Success is about happiness, love, friendship, peace, calmness, family. It's about the present moment, not future. Whereas our mind nowadays, it's wandering. Mind wandering is a subject of study in many universities. Many CEOs meditate and are more successful than those who don't meditate. It's not as if it's a black and white truth, but there is enough evidence. Harvard carried out a happiness study which everybody knows about because WhatsApp told us about it. By the way, I forgot to thank WhatsApp today. If not for WhatsApp, we couldn't have had this event. None of you would have been here. I would have been speaking to an empty audience. I don't think I called up more than 5 of you. So thank you for coming on a WhatsApp message. So WhatsApp, etc., they are part of our lives, but the inner battle and inner victories matter. And that is something which those who are still starting out or just midway in their lives, these days 50 can also be midway. Because I met Fauja Singh ji the other day and he's 106 and he was like gung-ho. I've written in my piece on the 80s, recently I wrote on the exuberant 80s and some of those 80s are here. And looking good. Dr. Khosla is here. I wonder if any of those 80s, anyone else in that column, are they here? Anyone? I've forgotten. Is Auntie Vadwa here? She was to be here. She's not here. Mr. Gupta is here. Yes, Mr. Amritlal Gupta is here. So these exuberant 80s are giving us the way. They're showing us the way. They're showing us that life is midstream all the time. Why should a person of 60 start winding up? The government decides that the age of retirement is 60. You don't need to decide that your age of retirement is 60. I mean, you need to live your life, not as per what government thinks or people think, or what you think and what you want and what your family wants. I'm also a great advocate of expression and creativity and humility, which is difficult to exhibit and possess. Humility is difficult because when you're even mildly successful, it goes to your head. You're human, you're imperfect, as I said, but we try to be humble. We try to be magnanimous to others who have helped us. There's an oft-repeated quote which says that be nice to people on the way up because you'll meet the same people on the way down. Be kind to others, youngsters sitting in the hall. I am a great advocate of expression, speaking more, writing more. Writing your pains out on a piece of paper. There's a therapy. Art therapy, music therapy, theatre therapy, writing therapy these days helps a lot. Creative expression. Get out of your stress, your depression, your low feelings. Bounce back through whatever means you can. Read more, write more is also the subject of a TEDx talk that I have. I have a few of them, and it would be nice if the young people can, read it. I don't want to give a